Here's a quick look at the Unbound Merino long sleeve crew top. For those of you that are used to doing stuff outdoors, you'll know that there's a constant debate between synthetic fabrics versus wool with regards to the qualities of keeping you warm and being easy to wash. So the general debate is that synthetic clothing wicks quickly, wicks moisture away from you, and dries quickly, but if it gets wet doesn't tend to keep you warm. The advantages of wool are that it can keep you warm and cool in the summer, but also it'll keep you warm even when it's completely waterlogged. And we know that merino wool in particular is really good at not getting stinky if you're on trail for a long period of time. But some of the things that people tend to talk about with merino that are a disadvantage are that they can usually take a long time to get dry when you've washed them, and they can feel a bit clammy and a bit wool-like. So what's surprising about this Unbound top is that somehow they seem to have solved the issues with the clamminess and the quick dryingness. And if I bring the camera in super close, you can probably see, I'm hoping it's you can see how fine the weave is. It's the finest weave I've seen on a merino top ever, and as a result it actually looks more and feels more like a synthetic top than a woolly top, which is kind of cool. So as a result of this sort of super fine weave, super lightweight fabric, you've got something that is wool but feels like a synthetic or even a kind of cotton top. It makes it a little bit more breathable than standard merino, which means it doesn't have that clammy feel. And also it seems to be super resistant to being creased as well. So if you're somebody that does a lot of traveling, I know we do less of that right now in COVID, but also somebody that's on trail quite a lot, you can roll this up and it never really looks terrible. But one of the other things I really like about merino is that you don't tend to necessarily have to wash it every time. So for those of you that are used to throwing your clothes in the washing machine after every time you've worn or used them, the kind of cool thing about merino is you can sort of hang it up on a hanger, let it air out for a little bit, even outside for an hour, and it's good to go all over again. So how would I summarize how surprised I am with this? It is a really nicely made top. It has fantastic flat lock stitching. It's super comfortable to wear. It's very tailored. It's clearly a very posh company. It comes in a really nice box and there's all this nice wow factor. But on top of that, they've done an incredibly good job of taking the advantages of having merino and somehow dealing with the disadvantages of merino to create kind of a quote-unquote super top. So what we're left with is a top that is warm in the winter as a base layer. It's cool in the summer as a fabric to wear, and you can roll up your sleeves to help control your temperature. It's resistant to the stink if you're on trails or if you're out traveling for long periods of time, and it also doesn't crease, which is fantastic. But it also dries relatively quickly, which most merino wool doesn't do. So this is the first time I think I've come across a merino top that's good for everything, rather than just good for these particular conditions. So there you go, there's a little bit of a look at the Unbound Merino long sleeve crew. If it seems a bit of a weird way of me to talk about it, I hope you can understand why I'm trying to talk about what surprises me about it, because it is a very surprising top. So it's something you can wear casually with jeans, something you can wear on trails, something you can wear as a travel top. So for me it's, I think from memory, about 95 bucks. Well spent. So there you go. Please like and subscribe. It really helps my little channel out, and I'll put a link to the full written blog review and a link to the lowest online price in the comments. So thanks very much.